Hi everybody, it's Mark Shelshear and this is the Mark Art Show. I've been debating with myself about what I should talk about because, you got to live in this brain with me sometimes. It gets a little out of control. And I thought I would talk about the two journeys that artists can take. You can take the traditional journey, which is the journey of starting painting, in your teens or early 20s, and then 20 years later, you have a reasonable amount of success. You're at least selling some things. And then 20 years after that, you become that you are actually earning a living from art. And then if you manage to live another 20 years, there's a good chance you will become a household name. So that's the journey that most artists are seeing themselves on. So we're looking at a 30 to 40 year journey, a journey which means you're probably going to have to work a second job in the first 20 years. You're probably going to have to support yourself some other way than your art. Now that's the traditional journey. That's the way most artists go. That's the way they believe they should go in that way. Now Personally, I'm not a believer of that. I've worked in galleries enough to know that there is another road you can take. And when I mentor artists, that's the road I try to get them on. Now, I'm not saying it's an easy road because there's a lot who don't get there, who don't make it, who find it difficult because of the things that I say you have to do. You can go on the talent and the journeyman kind of view and go the distance. Yes, that's the traditional way. Or you can go the way that I believe is a very much quicker way to do it, and that's the way of celebrity and recognition. Because you think about it, if you're well known and you're recognized, you have a far greater chance of selling your work than if you aren't recognized and aren't well known. And I talk about that when I'm mentoring. The basic thing that I want you to do is get paintings onto strangers' walls. And the price doesn't matter. And this is what upsets a lot of people. A lot of people get upset with me and say, well, Mark, you just want people to give paintings away and so forth. Look, I agree that I say put them out at a low price. But my reasoning is you've got to get known. And the only way to get known is through sales and doing things like I do, videos. And the more sales you get means you build up a collector base and emails where you can continue to walk with these people, to send them information, to send them new work as your work goes up in price. But the key thing at the beginning is getting sales. And that's what I see is the most important thing for artists to do. You've got to get sales. You've got to get people to know you exist. So now you can take the long journey and that's fine. And that's the way traditionally people go. Or you can take the journey of becoming the celebrity, of becoming recognized and build that. Now that's what I think is the best way to go. Why? Because it's quicker. It's quicker. If you can get well known as a person, if your face can be recognized, if you can be seen, then you grow as an artist and you become popular. You imagine if we get a really talented artist, mid-30s, not very well known, and we're going to have an exhibition with two artists. We're going to have the well-known, the artist who has been a journeyman for 15, 16 years. They do beautiful work. We're going to put their paintings up. They're 3 foot by 4 foot. We're going to put 10 or 15 up there, and where they're all going to be $1,000 each. Then we go and get a well-known celebrity. So we pick someone like Tom Cruise, someone like that. And we get them to get 8 by 10 pieces of paper and just scribble over it, just scribble. And then sign their name at the bottom of 2020, okay? And put their name in there, Tom Cruise. And then we put them into cheap frames and we hang them up on the wall. There's 30 of them and we price them at $1,000. Which ones are going to sell? I know which ones are going to sell. Immediately I know which ones are going to sell. The celebrities' paintings are going to sell. Why? Because they're well known. Why? We want that signature. Why? Hey, I'd love to have a scribble by Tom Cruise on my wall. I could brag about that. I could talk about that. Yeah, but what about the beautiful paintings that this artist done? Oh, who are they? I don't know them. Never heard of them. Do you get what I'm trying to teach? I'm trying to teach that the most important thing you artists can do is get your name out there, is get recognition, become the celebrity. If you can do that, you can change your world. I say to everyone, it's not about talent. It's about recognition. It's about your signature. What's that worth? And that's the important thing. That's what it's about. Now, people argue with me, people criticize me, and even some who come into my program, they find it very difficult because it's counterintuitive. It's doing the opposite to what you believe an artist should do. See, all of us in the art business get sold the art dream. We get sold the dream of what the artist is like, you know, the misunderstood person, the hermit, the introvert, the hideaway, you know, seeking just inspiration with the muse and nothing else. But, you know, that's far from the reality of the artists who are really well known. They're just like everybody else. There's very few of them are the misunderstood artists. The majority of them are basically, and I know we hate this word, basically business people. They have a business that they run. They produce a product. It's a painting. And they realize that they've got to promote that product. And the easiest way to promote that product is to promote themselves. Because if they get well known, then their paintings become valuable and people will want them. But we got this idea that it's around the wrong way and we do it the wrong way. And I was 100% sold on the 40-year journey until I got into galleries. And then I realized where all the money was. And I decided, and I changed. And I tell my artists, I said, the most important thing you can do, two things you can do, is get paintings onto strangers' walls and get known. People need to recognize you. When you walk into a gallery, people have got to say, oh, that's so-and-so. Now, I say this all the time. I say it every day, basically. And so few get it. You got to get this. You want to be a famous artist, then your face has to be recognizable and known, and you've got to build a celebrity base. That's what I tell every artist I mentor. That's what it's about. It's about building that celebrity base. If you do that, then you're on the way. The paintings, the scribbles, they sold for $1,000. The beautiful paintings, they didn't sell. What's that about? It's about the signature. It's about the celebrity. And that's what we're building. We're building celebrity. Now, you might disagree and you might say to me, well, Mark, you know, I don't agree with that at all. My paintings speak for themselves. I'm in it for the paintings. That's nice. That's great. I'm all for that too. That's wonderful. I'm glad you're in it for that. But guys, you got to earn a living. You got to make a living. We've got to have money. You can't survive without it. So that's why the most important thing you can do is get well known. That's it. You've got to. We have the two artists. We have Tom Cruise over here, who's never painted before he came into the show. And we have this brilliant artist who's been painting for 15, 16 years. They're both selling paintings at $1,000. Tom's an 8x10 paper that he just scribbled over and signed his name on the bottom beautifully and put 2020. And this artist here does beautiful, beautiful paintings, 3 foot by 4 foot. They're $1,000 each. Which one sells? We know which one sells, as I said in the beginning. Tom's. Why? He's a celebrity. He's well known. I want one of those because I want to be able to put it on my wall and everybody comes into my house like say, look, I got a painting by Tom Cruise. He did that. Look, he signed it. That's what it's about. Now, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble and I don't want to hurt anybody, but you've got to decide, what do you really want out of your art career? What is it that you truly want out of art career? If it's just to paint a lot of beautiful paintings, great. If it's to make a living and it's to become famous, then you've got to do things differently than what you've been doing it. The things that I tell people to do work. They sell paintings, they do well, and they make it. But it's not for everybody. I know that. People come into my mentoring program and they drop out because it's just hard, because you've got to go against what you think is the way to do it. And it's not. The way you've been sold, the concept you've been sold of the 40-year journey, well, you know, it works. By the time you're older than me, you could become a household name. But Gee whiz, that's a long way to wait. I'm already old. Now, to do it, you've got to get well known. Your face has got to be recognizable. You have to have your work up on thousands of walls of strangers who will boast about you and talk about you, and you become a celebrity. That's the quick way. The other way is fine, but you're pretty old when you get fit to enjoy it. It's not much fun. Look, guys, I'm just talking out of my head today. I wrote some stuff down, but I didn't get to that because I think about this every day of the week. I think about how to help the artists I love and care about get there quicker than the ones who went before them. I believe there's a way, and I believe the way is the road of the celebrity. Okay, my friends, I'm going to leave it there. Put your comments down below. If you don't agree with me, please say so. I won't be offended. I want to hear what other people have to say. But so if you want to disagree, I don't know why. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Please stay safe, stay inside, listen to what they tell us. We've got to do it, even though, we've lost our liberties, but we've got no choice. You guys have a fabulous day. Remember, there's people hurting out there. Hugs and smiles are free. Please give them away generously. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, and we'll continue on these subjects. Okay, bye. Ciao.